Okay, so we're going to talk about MAD again, and MAD is mean absolute deviation, and you would calculate the MAD if you needed to know the variability or the consistency of a data. So here we see steel frame roller coasters and their speeds, their top speeds measured in miles per hour. And we have 6 roller coasters down here in the bottom left. And the scores that you see there written in the handwritten to the right, those are the distances from the average. So what I did was I averaged up the 55, the 45, the 60, 85, 50, and 65. And I found out that their mean, or their average, was 60 miles per hour. And I have that written over here just to the right of that. And once I found the mean of 60, I found the distance from that 60 for each of those points, and that's with the 5, the 10, the 0, the 25, the 10, the 5. Those points are all, that's their distance from the average. And I averaged up all those distances, 60 divided by 6 distances, and I got a MAD of 10. And if you're not sure how to do that, you can check out MAD Part 1, how to calculate MAD Part 1, and that will explain in more detail than that I just gave you. All right, what we're going to look at now is how do we put this on a dot plot. First thing that we're going to have to put on the dot plot is the actual values. So I'm going to use this blue to show the dots. So I've got a point at 55. I have a point at 45. I have a point at 60. I have a point at 85. And I have a point at 50 and 65. So a point at 50 and a point at 65. All right. So there's my values. And the next thing I need is to show the mean. And I've already calculated the mean, so I'm just going to put this on here. The mean is going to be shown by a triangle. And that's going to be aimed right at the 60. So I'll go ahead and color that in. So that's my triangle right at the 60. Kind of looks like it's at 59.5, but that's my best handwritten attempt at 60. Now, how do we show 1 MAD and 2 MADs? And what does that even mean? Well, if data is within 1 MAD, that means it's hanging out right around the average, and that means it's very normal. If it's way outside of that, it is not normal. And I can see one point already that kind of looks like it doesn't belong at 85. But let's calculate 1 MAD. The MAD I said was 10. We calculated that already. That's 10. So that means I can go 10 above the average or 10 below the average. So 10 above is going to put me right here at 70. And 10 below the average is going to go right here at 50. And so I write 70 as I say 50. All right. So this is going to go right here at 50. What you see within those lines is within 1 MAD. So here is 1 MAD. So what you're looking at is these points here are very normal. That's very expected. They fall very close to the average of 60. That's normal. I can go now out to 2 MADs, which my MAD was 10, so I can go an additional 10. So now I can go clear up to 80, and I can go all the way down to 40. Those are within 2 MADs, a 10 and a 10 basically. So that's within 2 MADs. And you can see that I have a data point here that's within 2 MADs. And now this guy here is the one that's called into question. Is he in 1 MAD or is he in 2 MADs? Well, the accepted way to look at this, and the way it should be, is at that point, since it was right on the boundary for 1 MAD, it is not within it, it is on it. It's kind of hanging out partly in 2, partly in 1. It's all or nothing. So it is not completely in 1, but it is completely within the range of 2 MADs. So we're going to call that, with that point there, a 2 MAD point. This guy out here will be called an outlier. And I have a video for that as well, how to find and actually calculate an outlier. Some people think an outlier is just a point that doesn't belong. That's actually not true. It has to be 1.5 times the interquartile range away from all the other points. So we'll make a video and talk about that some more, but we do know that that 85 is outside of 2 MADs, that is not normal. That's a super fast roller coaster in comparison to the others. So that's a real brief look at how do we calculate 1 mad and 2 mad, and what does that mean? Again, if you're within 1 mad, you are normal. If you're within 2 mads, you're still kind of normal. And if you're outside of 2 mads, that point is no longer normal.